What's up, fam? Welcome to the show, Raider Bear Live, with your host, that dude, Raider Bear. So, this is the part where I usually ask everyone to consider a subscription to Raider Bear Family Page. I'm doing it a little bit differently now. I'm just going to start the show that way. So, consider a subscription to Raider Bear Family Page. It's just $5 a month. You can cancel at any time, but you won't want to because we do a lot of fun things around here for our supporters. So, keep that in mind. And please take a moment to like and follow me on YouTube. I would really appreciate it as I'm trying to increase my YouTube presence so that I may touch that many more Raider fans with my hands. No, with my thoughts. You know what I mean? But without further ado, let's get on with the shizzy. Rock Raider. Oh, let's go! Let's go! Oh, getting imitated, never duplicated. That fool with no hair, that shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! What? Woo! Woo! The Raider Bear! I'm Raiders! Freaking Morty Raiders! I freaking love that. The Raider Bear! No. I'm not starting all that stuff again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you all tuning in, blah, blah, blah. So we will get right to it because, hold on. Ooh, no, that over there like that and bring everybody in. Let me do it with my eyes like that. There we go. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I just thought, wait, no, that's too close. Now I'm too in your face. Okay, there we go. Kind of halfway there and halfway in, halfway out. Excuse my mess. I have stuff all over the place because my dogs were playing and they didn't leave me enough time to get cleaned up in here. So, all right. So let me move on, get to saying hello to everyone and start with a little tradition. Raider Bear Live. First comment. Woo. MVP tonight goes to, oh, we have an upset tonight. Dustin King steps right out in front of the man, the heavyweight champion of the world, who he continues his just incredible rivalry with. It's getting exciting. Dustin King, gold medalist, and tonight, second place, silver midget Josh Russell, the heavyweight champion of the world. Here at Raider Bear Family Page. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there. Oh, turn that down so I'm not being interrogated. For Raider Bear, well, not off. There we go. Okay, somewhere in the middle. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I hope everybody had a great day today. I know it's we're getting to that hump day, that hump part of the week. It sounds weird to say hump, but okay. I know everyone calls Wednesday hump day because we're getting over the hump. Still sounds stupid. Travis McNeil, what's up? Checking in from YouTube. I appreciate that, brother. John Leon, what's up? Welcome to the show. Oh, and in third place, my bronze medal, Bobby Ware. I started talking. I forgot I didn't even get to the third one. Bobby, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. So let me post you guys' comments. Dustin King, there we go. He said, hi. Josh Russell said, hey. And Bobby Ware said, Raider. And he held it. All right. So how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing good. John the Lion Leon in the house. Stephen Shaw. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Chris Strong. Bear. Joe McMillan just gave me the bear emoji. And I appreciate that. That makes me smile. I'm going to put that on my screen. Appreciate the love. Anna Diaz Rincon, my first supporter ever. I just love her face. Troy Gill, what's up, brother? How you doing? Welcome to the show. I'm doing good, brother. Dark. What's up, Dark? That's dope. Dark. Your thing is awesome. Your profile picture and your name, perfect. So what's up, man? Welcome to the show and salute right back. I appreciate the love. Steeler Val, what's up, Tommy? Hi, Steeler Val. Hi, Tommy. Hi, Doc Raider. Hi, Jim. Okay, Denton Road Space Force. James Walker, family in the house. What's up? Hi, Princetta. Let's see, who else am I missing? DPC, David Pell Cliva. What's up? I see you there. Shane Street, that's my guy right there. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Kim Calhoun. Mwah, mwah. Kim Calhoun, I apologize for the politics the other day. Much love. Tana, every once in a while in the morning, I just wake up and I read something in the news and I just go, God darn it, and I just blast. And then I stop for the rest of the day. Usually I just get one or two good digs in and then I stop. All right, here we go. So Tanamoku, Bob Standard, my good friend in the house. Hi, Casey. Okay, let's get it rolling. Travis, Kelly, what's up? Welcome to the show. Corinna Trujillo, I see you there. Willow Puga. Okay, because I don't recognize that name. Willow, you look like you may be a first-time viewer. If you are, consider a subscription to R8RBEAR Family Page. Now, on YouTube, it's free. So just do that for me if you would on YouTube. But on Facebook, it's $5 a month, but that's because it goes to charities that we work with every month. And we also do a lot of fun things for our supporters. For example, our supporters get my R8RBEAR live shirt for free. I tend to just send that out to you guys when I can. So I have to go through my supporters, find all my new ones, and send out new shirts because I just do that. And I've even had guys come onto my show, subscribe, pay $5. They get their shirt and then they unsubscribe just to get a new shirt for me for $5 and cost me money. And I don't care. I don't mind. I don't like people doing that. I'd rather you subscribe for months, you know what I mean? And be happy to get a cool shirt. But when people do that, don't care. I keep plugging right along. So that's to answer the question that someone asked me about that earlier, if I get mad about that. The answer is no. Willow Puga said, Bear, what is your gut feeling telling you? Will Josh Jacobs play for us? And will he be effective? Willow, I would say to you that not only is he going to play for us, but he's going to be very effective. The only difference you're going to notice is we're not going to use him the same way we used him in the past. Now, for example, the next closest person as far as a starting running back that got as many snaps as Josh Jacobs was 245 snaps, past the second most snaps by the next running back in total snaps. Does that make sense? So Josh not only led in snaps and led the league in yardage and all those other categories, but 245 by 245. I mean, you would have liked to have seen that number at around like 80. You know, that's still impressive. But 245 more snaps than the next closest guy, that's insane. You know what I mean? And so I would argue that Josh McDaniels doesn't truly respect Josh Jacobs. He can say he respects him and he may respect him as a professional and his career, but he's not respecting his overall career or his overall health because he ran him into the ground while at the same time, business-wise, treating him like he could care less about him. You know, and so I really hated that. I hope we don't see that this year. And to be quite honest with you, I'm pretty sure we won't. He's already made it very clear he wants to split the carries and the downs. In other words, there will be downs where Josh Jacobs is fine, not hurt, but he won't be the starting running back in a certain set of plays. It'll be Zamir White or Amir Abdullah. And that's just the facts of it. Brandon Bolden too. That's why he keeps so many running backs, because he tries to devalue the position. And I hate saying that, but he just does. He doesn't see any value in running backs because he knows he can have two or three of them and get almost the same production he gets out of Josh Jacobs, which I happen to disagree with drastically, but that's not what analytics say. Analytics tell you can get the production of a superstar from 2 to 3 other running backs, but I just don't agree with that. Bear, when will the supporter show next be on? Bob Standard, I'm super sorry about that. I need to get that going. It's just been so hard with taking care of stuff for my family and the business that's outside of what I do here. And so it's just been really difficult, but just know that it's coming. And I look forward to announcing that soon. Lovely Lopez, hola R8RBEAR to you and your family. I appreciate that, Lovely. Welcome to the show. If AOC shows out in the preseason, can we release Jimmy without paying out the contract? John, I don't know that. Dustin King, Bear, what's our status as far as our injuries? Are we looking okay? I seen some talk on Tyree Wilson. Dustin King, his foot is the same sort of situation as Jimmy Garoppolo's. He had surgery, he's rehabbing, and he's supposed to be back soon. Now, he is back at practice, and he is doing light stuff. But what you're hearing about the concerns about Tyree Wilson is he's not getting to 100% quite as fast as they had hoped. And even Tyree Wilson said, I will be ready for the opening of the season. But see, that's pretty vague. Does that mean the opening of the preseason? Does that mean not until the first game of the season, or the first week leading up to the season, So he was being vague because, he can do that. Antoine Anthony says, prayers up for Hollywood Raider. That's, you know what? Honestly, Antoine Anthony, I appreciate that. Well done. Hollywood Raider, we were really sorry to you and to your wife about hearing about your health taking the turn that it did. Mama Bear and I were really upset about it. I know you've already seen the post that we dedicated to you, but I actually should have brought it up on my show, and that's my bad. So I owe Antoine Anthony one for that. So much love to you, Hollywood Raider. I hope you see this. And if you do, God bless you, brother. TNBC crew. We love you, though. We love you, brother. Much love, Bob. I appreciate that. Hi, Casey. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? John Leon, you a 2XL? Okay. Stephen Shaw, I'm doing real good. Just super busy, man. Just super busy. I'm helping my daughter get a job, and we got to get her driver's license, and then we have to take her to where she gets driver's lessons and all this stuff, and it's crazy. Do I have to give you my address for a shirt? Yep, Joe, you do. You just go to my inbox at R8RBEAR family page. Paul Summers, what's up? Welcome to the show. James Farrell, how you doing, man? It has been a long time. In my opinion, Bear, he will be traded as soon as he signs, and I believe that's part of the reason he's holding out. John Leon, no, because that wouldn't make sense. If he really knew that they were going to trade him the moment he signed, then he would be hurting his own career because he would be going into learning things with the new team late, which would hurt his chances of performing well throughout the season. So I doubt that. Kim Calhoun, I appreciate that. Much love. Ah, I love that. Paul Summer said, what did you think of the Ruggs verdict? And if he's out in 3 years, do you see him back in the league? Okay, first I'll tell you what I think of it, and then I'll answer your question about the 3 years. Okay, first, I don't think it's enough time for killing a young lady, especially when you're super totally at fault. In other words, there is no argument for Ruggs to say, oh, well, but it was this, and oh, well, but it was no, there's nothing. He was inebriated. He was going well over 100 miles an hour. From what I understand, it was like 160 or something crazy like that. And he was doing it going through lights, city streets. I mean, SMH, it just makes no sense. And then you have to remember, we all talk about Ruggs because he was a Raider. What about Tina Mentor? That's the young lady's name that died. Her name's Tina Mentor. And whenever we bring up this subject, I always bring her up. And I speak of her and her little Pomeranian dog, because it's effed up that she got killed by an immature, overindulged, spoiled, stupid brat who deserves a lot more time than he's going to actually get. Because with good behavior, he'll probably be out before 3. It'll probably be like 2, 2.5. And they'll just say leading up to it, let him see the parole board and he'll go. Because he doesn't have a violent record. He doesn't have any kind of long record or anything like that. He's obviously not going to get any trouble while he's in jail because he's a high profile personality. They'll probably have him with, there's areas of the prison where you put people that are high profile so they don't get stabbed and things like that. He'll be there. He'll have his own workout times and things like that. He'll get out. And then when he gets out, he will definitely get another shot in the league. I would be surprised if he doesn't. Now, there's an argument to be made that he'll be too old, but there's also an argument to be made that he won't be banged up. And another argument to be made that the Odell Beckham Jr.'s of the world, what's his face? Deshaun Jackson of the world. Okay, Deshaun Jackson's retired now, but my point is that he was an explosive, sudden speed, great hands. He terrified defenses. I mean, you could see it in his highlight reels. When he would catch the ball, you would see guys like backpedaling, like, oh no, he's got the ball. You know what I mean? You just couldn't stop the guy. Well, Henry Ruggs was starting to look like that kind of guy, We were starting to hit him on those deep routes. He was starting to hit those deep crossing routes. He won that game against the Jets in the last seconds on the road from a deep bomb from Derek Carr, catches the ball and then showboats it into the end zone. I mean, it was dope. And owners are going to remember that. Coaches are going to remember that. And they're going to remember that he never got hurt. He was still a kid when he left, and he'll still be a kid when he gets out. You know what I mean? He'll probably be a little bigger, not to make a joke about, gladiator school, AKA prison, but he will have good facilities to work out. He will be left alone to do it. He won't have any cardio, but he'll definitely have some muscle, and then he'll get out and teams will give him a shot. They'll look at him. If he looks good, they'll give him a chance, but it won't be the Raiders. I guarantee you that. There's no way that happens. Okay, let's see. Top Raiders, screw analytics. Most coaches feel that way too. That was one of the only endearing qualities that I really had about John Gruden. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever heard that story, but John Gruden got the job to come back to coach the Raiders the second time. And it was literally like day 2. Okay. John had literally just got back. And I know this story is true. So I actually heard his son actually tell this story at one point. But as the story goes, John Gruden came into work for the second day, and someone on the staff, who I don't know his name, but went to Gruden and said, "This is your analytics, assistant. He's going to be helping you with all your analytic numbers." And the guy reached out his hand to Gruden, like, to meet him, and Gruden looked at his hand and looked at him like, "Get the hell out of my office." And that's exaggerated. He did shake his hand and he did it, he did meet the guy and everything. But then after that, he literally didn't speak to him. They said there were times where Gruden would act like, "Get that geek over there in the corner and keep him away from me," because he felt like analytics were destroying the game. He felt exactly the opposite about analytics. He thought analytics were putting way too much emphasis into math equations, figuring out situations on the field, when in reality, situations on the field usually are organic. In other words, it's like playing chess against 10 different people. You can't use the same analytics because each one of those 10 people you play against will bring unique skills to the table against you. So if you try the similar strategy against each one, it won't work against all of them. So that was his philosophy, is you can't just throw analytics at everything you do. Bear, I sent you and Linda Bear a video of my granddaughter. Oh, I missed that. I'm sorry, Corinna. That's my bad. I will check it out. I promise. I'm sorry. Nicholas Madison. Yes, I hate analytics. I guess I'm old school. I got you on both Facebook and YouTube. Thank you, Kim Calhoun. Much love. Now, as far as what you were saying, Nicholas Mada, honestly, I don't hate analytics. I think that analytics are overblown. I think that they put too much emphasis in it, but I don't think it should be out of football. Okay. Now, where I stand on it is this. There have been many people who've been arguing that teams don't go for it in the NFL enough on fourth down. I happen to agree with that. And they said that every analytic statistic that they look up that shows going for it on fourth down, it shows statistically that it's actually the smarter move to make. And that the only time you don't go for it on 4th and 3 is 2 situations. One, if it's double digits. In other words, if you have to go like 11 or 12 yards, then, you second guess that. But if it's 4th and 7, 4th and 4, 4th and 6, 4th and 3, the analytics says you go for it. Now, the only other time, the second time you don't go for it is, one was if you're in double digit yards and you need too much yards to get that first down, or if you're on your own side of the field. If you're on your own side of the field, it's too dangerous. It gives your opponent a field goal, even if they don't move the ball. So you don't do it there either. But from the 50-yard line in on the other team's side of the field, fourth down, you go for it. I happen to agree with that. Now, I don't think you do it every time. Sometimes momentum of the game has something to do with it. And to me, analytics don't figure that in. For example, if this is the third quarter and you're losing by 3 touchdowns, you probably shouldn't go for it on fourth down, regardless of whether you may make it. Analytics says you may make it. You got to put points on the board. So kick a field goal and, live to fight another day on the next down, et cetera, et cetera. So I think a lot of that separates football and coaching from analytics. Mr. Bear, can you give us the details on Hollywood Raiders so we can pray, or is it private? As far as I know, it's private. And so I would just tell you to just pray for his good health moving forward. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I lost my first fiance to a drunk driver. I find it hard to have sympathy for Henry Ruggs. Jim Vanlin, I feel the same way you do, and I haven't lost anyone. So I'm just telling you, I literally hate it when lives are lost because of other people's poor choices. That drives me insane. And see, so to me, I'm the kind of person that you get life in prison, you get the death penalty when you do stuff like that to me. I don't care if it was me or someone else in my family, that kind of thing. If you do that, you know what I mean? Now, when I say the death penalty, I don't mean the actual death penalty. What I mean is like the highest punishment possible that's not death, because you can't kill Henry Ruggs because it was an accident. It was super immature. But should you throw the book at him? Absolutely. You know what I mean? And if you really think about it, 10 years is a long sentence, but it's 3 to 10. And we know obviously he's going to behave himself. So, you know, he gets out in 3, maybe sooner. Bear, what do you think about Dame Arnett getting second chance, possibly with the Cowboys? I don't mind it because his discretions in the law, although some of them could be deemed to be violent, they didn't have violence occur. He said he wanted to kill people. He said he was going to shoot him in the street. Then he actually said their names in a rap video, and you can't do those things, but he didn't actually do those things. So you punish him, you slap his wrist, and then you let him come back. Because you could argue that he was just looking for street cred in a rap song. Should he have said their names? No, because he's a persona. He's a person. You know what I mean? He's not you or I. He's someone that's in the public light all the time. When I turn this show off, I'm no longer in the public eye. Now, people still recognize me on the street, but that's occasionally. You know what I mean? I'm not that level of famous. You see what I mean? He is. He's on TV every Sunday when he's playing. So someone like that has a higher level of responsibility, not to say, yo, I'm going to kill Harry Butch Monroy. You just can't do that. Speaking of which, Harry Butch Monroy, welcome to the show, brother. Because I spoke bad about you like that, I had to announce you good. Then he says, I agree 100% with you on the Ruggs tragedy. Yeah, and I appreciate that, Harry. And it's sad. I want to make that clear. I don't dislike Henry Ruggs. I don't like what he did. I think it's unfortunate that he didn't have better sense, because the reason I get mad is not because I've had people say to me, where's your forgiveness, R8RBEAR Bear? He made a mistake. The kid's in his 20s. You didn't make any stupid mistakes in your 20s? Yeah, I did. A lot. But not any that killed anyone. Do you know what I mean? And regardless, I was never in a situation where the dumb things I was doing could have killed anyone, because I didn't go to that level, that extreme. I've never driven that fast in my life, ever. And I never will. And I for damn sure wouldn't do it on any kind of city street. I just wouldn't. And so for him to do it, wrong. Then the NFL for a fact has a driving service where all he would have had to have done at any hour of the day, can be 3, 4, 5 a.m. He can call the drive service and they go and pick him and his wife up and take them home. And they'll take care of his car too. Look it up. The NFL has a service like that for all the players. It's basically Uber, okay? And on top of that, the service is ordered to not talk about it, to not allow paparazzi to know. They don't take pictures. They don't go to the press afterward and say, ooh, I had to go pick up Henry Ruggs at 4 a.m. Him and his wife were trashed. They don't do that. They have discretion. They keep it to themselves, and you get to go home safely. You wake up the next morning, your car's in your driveway. He could have done all those things, and instead he didn't. So that to me is where I have a problem with just saying, okay, well, it's because he was young. Okay, but he had so many avenues in front of him, available to him. I mean, call another friend, call someone in your family, call your own Uber. You know what I mean? There's 100 ways that he could have handled that better. So I can't forgive that. I can't walk off from that. Once a Raider, always a Raider. I want to show him respect in that way, because it was a mistake. He didn't intend for this. So see, I don't have malice toward him, and he's always a Raider. Okay, G. Michael Smar, hello from Central Missouri, Raider Nation 573. Appreciate that, brother. Welcome to the show. Tina's family should get a portion of any money that Ruggs makes in the future. John Leon, now we're somewhere else now. I don't know that you can do that. Now, maybe legally you could ask that he do something like that, but I don't think that they can make him, because now you're affecting his wages moving forward. That's something you reserve for like his baby mama, or if he gets divorced from his wife, then he have to pay alimony and child support and things like that. But to pay the other person's family, how, like, for example, how long do you do that? You know, it's not to pay for Tina Mentor to go to college. I could understand if she had like her legs broken and she didn't die, then he would have to pay for all of her medical care and send her to college and things like that, buy her a new car. Okay, but she's gone. You know, so at what point do you say enough money is enough? You know, and when you do that, then everyone would get pissed about that. Well, he's been giving money for 3 years, and analytically it amounts to 3.6 million. That's enough. Her life's worth 3.6 million. You know, her parents wouldn't even have to say anything. All the fans all over the world would be like, "No, it isn't. Give him 2 more years worth." It would happen. I'm sure of it. Okay, here we go. Lovely Lopez, all you have to do is on Facebook, just look right down there next to the blue thumbs up. There's a green badge. You click on that green badge, and then it will start walking you through how you become a subscriber on R8RBEAR family page. And I appreciate that. Christopher Strong, what's up? Welcome to the show. You're on both too. Appreciate that. Kim Calhoun, yeah, all you have to do is just, you know, become a subscriber, leave your mailing information. I think I have yours actually, but if I don't, just send it to my page and we'll work on that for you. Scotty, and guys, please bear with me, pun intended. R8RBEAR, bear with me, because in my mail, it's taking me a while right now, even more than I used to, and I was a lagger before, and I apologize for that, but it's because I'm in Arizona now, and getting away, and you know, when it's not 118 degrees is kind of difficult. Hey, Bear, didn't you say that you're going to be at the Raider game home opener against the Steelers? Yes, I am, sir. I will be there. Home opener against the Steelers. The R8RBEAR will be there. I'll be in the parking lot partying with everybody. Look for the TNBC crew, TNBC flags. I'll be with the TNBC crew family. They use it in a baseball, and it sucks. Analytics, Kepler, San Francisco Giants. Nicholas Maida, yeah, baseball was kind of what got it started, in my opinion, was baseball. But you're hearing it even moving into golf now, with percentages of what club should be used with what distance. And then they're doing some sort of analytical number. I don't know if they're using this on the PGA or Live yet, but where they say basically X amount of 100 golfers took this exact same chip shot from 120 yards. And of the 100 guys, 72 of them use their 9-iron. So you go with that, even though he thinks he should use his 8 or something like that kind of thing. And I know nothing about golf, so I'll just go ahead and admit that now. I know how to hit the ball. That's about it. Crazy squirrel in the house. What's up, Will Nanoff? Oh, Will, that baby girl profile. She must run your life. What a cutie. She's beautiful. Okay, let's see. Even though I advocated for probation due to the circumstances, I don't suppose I have to tell you my feeling on drunk drivers. Doc Raider, no, you don't. Because we remember that ordeal here. And we love you, Tommy and Val, you know, getting through that. God bless you. But yeah, Doc Raider, I get it. I really do. I lost a niece when I was very, very young to a driver. But as it happens, he wasn't drunk. He just wasn't paying attention. And he went up on the curb and he hit my niece when she was sitting on one of her little tricycle bikes and just completely ran over her. And it was just, took me a while to get over that one. But no alcohol. He was just a doofus. It's a shame our franchise's worth has hit to be worth billions, but Josh Jacobs can't get paid what he deserves. Antoine Anthony, yet another great comment. Yeah, now we were estimated to get to somewhere in the neighborhood of $3.5 to $3.8 billion, and it ended up jumping to $5.8 billion, guys. We're the 10th highest valued franchise in all of the NFL with a garbage record for the last 15 years. Can you imagine what we would be if we were winning and the fans were, you know, really being supported? So we went to all the games and we didn't sell our tickets. Could you imagine where this franchise would be right now? just Mark Davis makes my underwear go into a scrunch. He just sorry for the visual. There will be a bug surprise coming in the NFL, and it's going to be the Raiders. It's going to be a big surprise coming in the NFL, and it's going to be the Raiders. I said a bug surprise. It is going to be a big surprise. Bill Cox, I think our defense is definitely going to surprise some people. I think the running game, because Josh is going to be back. And then where the real wrench could end up in the machinery here is if Jimmy Garoppolo really does stay healthy. If Jimmy Garoppolo holds on and really stays healthy, the rest of the NFL better look the hell out, because that kid's not great, but he's good. There's no denying that. If you go back and you look at his history, every time before he got hurt and after, he's played well. But the reason why Jimmy's record, his attributes, his touchdowns, his touchdown to interception ratio, because those things aren't noticed and remembered, and all they keep going on about is his injuries, is because he gets injured as often as he has years where he plays well. That's the problem. And so we just don't have enough track record on him. And so my argument is this: when do you get your strongest in life? When you mature the most. It's usually this point in your career, 30s, where your body and your fitness and your nutrition and everything comes together, and you really understand where you want to be. Now, I made an argument today on my earlier show at 4 o'clock, and normally I only do my 4 o'clock show for supporters, but I wanted my other viewers to get a chance to see what it's like. And so check that out. I had an earlier show on today at 4, and I made this argument. I honestly think the Jimmy Garoppolo Niner time can almost be looked away upon. In other words, erased. You could act like we're getting Jimmy Garoppolo from the Patriots. Think of it that way. Now, obviously, he's older. We're not getting the same young guy that was with the Patriots when he went to the Niners. That's not what I mean. What I mean is Jimmy Garoppolo went to the Niners, but what did he really do there? He made a great run, and he got hurt a lot. His run and his hurt a lot kind of were equal. He brought them to the pinnacle of a Super Bowl and then missed an entire season, and then came back and looked like he was going to do it again, and then got hurt and lost his job to Brock Purdy. You know what I mean? And then they just were like, we're done with this. Shanahan showed as much frustration as we are when we first got him, and we were concerned about was his injury history. Okay, so here's my argument. He leaves the Patriots, and the coach, Josh McDaniels, and the coaching staff of Josh McDaniels to go to the Niners. A new head coach, a new coaching staff, new players, new offense, new fan base, new stadium, new town, new home. I could go on and on. Okay, all distractions that now, imagine had he gone from the Patriots straight to us. He would be going to the same coach he knew. He's going to the same coaching staff he knew. He's going to the same offense he cut his teeth with. He's going to the same guy who was in the war room when he was picked in the draft. Way more familiarity, way more family feel. It feels like him going to the Raiders is going home. It's like going back to the Patriots without having to go back to the Patriots, because you're going back to everything that you're familiar with. The same coach, coaching staff, offense. The only fly in the ointment is we don't have an offensive line like the Niners. That's the only thing. Our offensive line is looking good. I want to make that clear. Every time I say something negative about the offensive line, I try to correct and just say, although I'm not sure about the offensive line yet, I am excited about what I'm hearing from camp. Joel Emmanuel is playing great. That kid Van Gruden or Groden or whatever his name is that we picked up from the Bills, he's been great. Okay, he's fighting with Thayer Mumford, and all. We've got depth now, finally, on our offensive line, where if someone goes down, we don't have to all panic, and we don't have to look in free agency. It's someone that can play. You know what I'm saying? Nicholas I never got you your shirt, Nicholas. No way. I got it. Thank you. You have a good night, R8RBEAR, and thank you for that. No problem, love. And great profile picture. Cute babies. All these cute babies tonight. Right on, Kim. I'll get on that. Okay, Harry, Butch Monroy, I bet this Cowgirls fan, we would have a better record than them this year. What's your thoughts? I'm a believer. Harry, welcome to the show again. And I would say to you this, I not only think that prediction could come out to be true, I think part of the advantage you'll have is that even though we may get a little better and they're a team that can win double-digit wins, they have a really good defense. I don't believe in Dak Prescott. I never have. And if you really look at Dak Prescott's career, all he's done is regress, but he's done it slowly. I made jokes many times. He's the Black Derek Carr. I mean, he even wears the same number, but he's Black Derek Carr. He's been there forever. He's won nothing. Everyone believes in him. He shows all the ability, but never gets it done. And now he's in practice throwing 3 and 4 interceptions a game. Look it up. I'm not a Dak guy. Never have been. You know, there's certain other players in the league I like that aren't Raiders that I can say, yeah, I like that guy. I like how that guy plays, blah, blah, blah. I've never liked Dak. Never. I never, ever liked Dak. I don't care if he goes on to win a Super Bowl now. You know what I mean? If you had a magic ball and you said he's going to win the Super Bowl this year, I'd say, no way. No way. I'm always on both because it's easier to comment here, but I want to support your YouTube page. That's my guy. Appreciate that, Jim. Chris R8RBEAR, you will be in Dallas in a few weeks, right? Whoa, no, I will not. What's going on in Dallas? I saw something was going on in Dallas, but I just can't remember what it is. I know they say once a Raider, always a Raider, but I don't understand why some fans crap on our current regime and makes no sense. The season hasn't even started. John, you do understand. You're lying to the rest of the viewers when you say that. You know how passionate Raider fans are, man. I mean, it's like asking people not to be mad that Tom Brady's a part owner. I mean, come on. It's like he gave us rabies. You know what I mean? We're just scratching all the time from the weird sensation of having the part owner of the Ken doll that is number 12, that cheating, lying, deflate-gating son of a monkey. Put his butts in him. Don't make me strong about that guy. I'm yelling at John like it's his fault. Sorry, John. No, I'm not. But no, seriously, it's, you know, how can you be happy that we've been invaded by New England? We have New England's former legendary quarterback. We have their former legendary offensive coordinator. We have half their staff. What do you think is killing Belichick? Belichick and that team are dying because he was such an old curmudgeon that was just so happy to keep his coaching staff that he's had there for 72 years, it seems like. I shouldn't exaggerate. It's been more like 68. But anyway, they had him there for so long. I mean, he couldn't even stand the thought of hiring a new offensive coordinator. So much so, he made his defensive coordinator his offensive coordinator, which made absolutely zero sense. There was absolutely no way that was going to work. And he did it anyway to just show you he's stuck in his ways. And any argument that Bill Belichick is the best coach ever is asinine to me. It's ridiculous. Look, the story's out, okay? 12 won all those rings, okay? All you did as his boss was cheat for him. Here, Tom, here's their plays, here's their cadence, here's what they do on defense. Now go beat them up. You know, and now that he can't do that with his little boy, number 12, he sucks. That and we raped the cupboard of his coaching staff. So it's kind of ironic, John. It feels terrible to have all these Patriots, but it feels good to kill Bill Belichick. Is that? I mean, we just shot a torpedo at that franchise. Once we brought Josh McDaniels over, everybody went, oh, really? Is that he's leaving? Well, we're out of here. And they just all followed McDaniels. Shows you how the other coaching staff liked their boss, Bill Belichick. Yeah, bye. I mean, they didn't even give him a 2-week notice. They just bounced. I saw running back Edgerrin James about 3 weeks ago in Austin, Texas, and told him the greats got to advocate for running backs like Jacobs to get paid appropriately like every other positions do in the league. Okay, Antoine Anthony. Now, again, I love your comments. You really do give me good comments so we can go on to better topics and so on. It keeps me focused because sometimes I can take a topic someone else gives me and I can just ramble on about it all day because I have a lot of information. I just do. But I would say this and I'll try to keep this brief because I'm disagreeing with you. I apologize. I think that it sucks what's happening to the running backs. but I understand it. It's just business. And you guys have to think about this for a second. It isn't just analytics, okay? It's just common sense. Look at Ezekiel Elliott, okay? Look at the guy that played, oh God, I wish I could remember his name. I know one of you will. I want someone to help me with this. I know I don't normally ask, but I'm going to ask this time. The guy that was playing for the Rams, that he was kind of big, he had the dreads, and he was, you know, he was really good. And then they gave him all the money, and then he just went, even more so than Ezekiel Elliott. But they gave Ezekiel Elliott all the money, and suddenly he got a fat belly with his half top, which I've never understood why a guy wears a half top shirt. I mean, I know you have nice abs. Okay, then just take your shirt off. What are you doing with the whole half abs? It looks weird. It just does. It's feminine, I think. I just, but anyway, sorry. This means I got off on one for a second. So anyway, after I got off on that one, what I meant was this. Running backs are hit more than any position in football, even more than nose tackles, if you really think about it, because there are times even when nose tackles get switched in and out. Actually, that's not true. Nose tackles get hit more than running backs, but it's pretty close because running backs just take so many carries. And then on top of that, they're hit by 3 and 4 guys almost every down, because what do running backs do? They try to make guys miss. So they try to shed, that guy hits them, they take a little damage there, but you know, they shed him and then they keep running and then they get hit again. And then another guy hits him in the head and then they go down. And so running backs they just don't have long lives. And so what you do is you pay for their rookie contract, which is 4 years. But then you have 3 years to franchise them after that. That's 7 years. So you basically have just taken the entire life of a running back and valued it out of the league, because it just doesn't make sense to give big money to running backs. It just doesn't, especially the one they gave it to, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, give me an effing break. I don't even think he's top 10. I said it, not top 10. He's not. Is he explosive? Yes. Is he strong? Sure. He's a puffed up bodybuilder he's a puffed up bodybuilder, okay? So I don't know what he weighs, but it's probably 15 pounds more than he really should be walking around with, which means he's going to get hurt. And the evidence is he gets hurt a lot, and I'm right. And so that guy's got the most money among running backs. And so if you look at every situation, he's not paying off. You're not getting from Christian McCaffrey what you're paying him. You're not getting it from Ezekiel Elliott when you were paying him, and Dallas let him go finally. You know what I mean? And we won't get it from if we give Josh Jacobs some kind of like 3-year deal and pay him all this money. Will he give us another year or two of great football? We think he will, but we don't know that. You know what I mean? What if he starts getting banged up? What if those other injuries he's been getting start to become more serious ones? He's had knee issues, shoulder issues, ankle issues, broken hand issues. He's had all sorts of banged up issues. That's not his fault, but that's the running back position. The Raiders will always beat up the Santa Clara Niners. Dwayne A. Turner, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Hey, have you guys noticed how many Raider shows are popping up all over the place? Have you noticed that that's because they're lazy bums and they don't work during the off season when there is no off season? When do we stop talking about the Raiders? When do we stop wearing our black? Never. Because we're not like Niners or any of these other franchises whose fans take their jerseys, their shirts, and their hats and push it into some drawer or hang it in their closet when the season's over. Well, see that? Can't take it off. It's not a glove. It's not a hat. It's not a shirt or a jacket. It's forever. And it's every day of my life. You better believe it. La Raza, okay? Raider Nation. Forever. Do you know what I'm saying? So this show never stops. So if you want to follow a real Raider fan and know what's up on a day-to-day basis, follow your boy. Ooh, gave myself goosebumps on that one. Armando Guzman, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Jimmy was good for the 49ers. He made him go to the playoffs twice. And he had a 70.2 quarterback rating. That puts him among the top 12 best quarterbacks in history. He's up there with Peyton Manning. But we just have a smaller sample size. So that's why you can't look at him and think of him like you think of a Peyton Manning. But he is a winner. We've just got to get him to stay healthy. I'm just praying somehow we could keep him on his feet and keep him healthy. Raider Miguel, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Bear, JJ's not coming back. It all started last season when they made him play preseason. This staff don't want him. Raider Miguel, I'm not arguing with that. I'm really not. But what I am going to argue is he is going to be a Raider. He's going to come back. He's going to sign that franchise tag. They're going to probably offer him a little bit of milk and cookies, which will basically amount to like $1 million or $2 million, something along the line of what the Giants running back Saquon Barkley got. And then he'll show up. He'll do what he does. He'll tear up the league, but he'll do it on less carries. They won't get him all banged up, because the other part of what you're saying, Raider Miguel, I do agree with. In other words, at the end of this coming season, they'll look to trade him. I think they honestly were looking at him as an asset. They just watched him lead the league in rushing. You know what I mean? Whatever opinion you may have had of him, or whatever business deal you may have been planning on making with Josh Jacobs, it was altered when you saw him lead the league in rushing. I just have to believe that. I cannot believe that Josh McDaniels said, oh no, analytics says this, blah, blah, blah. Wait, what? He's the best running back in football all of a sudden? Won like 6 of our games. Oh yeah, we won 6 games. Won like almost all our games by himself. So I think they're going to get one more year out of him. I think they're going to get it on the franchise tag with a little bit of sugar on top. And then I do agree with you. I think they'll make a move at that point, because they're going to want to do right by him. And they'll know at that point that they can get something from him, because they'll have reestablished their relationship. See, if you try to do it right now, everyone in the league is going to lowball him, because they know how the relationship's been. But if he brings him back, gives him a little sugar, it means like, hey, maybe they will make another deal down the road. Now, neither you or I believe that. But if you can get any of those other teams to believe that, maybe they kick in a 2nd round pick instead of a 3rd or a 4th round pick. Maybe they kick in a bonus instead of, and take on the remainder of his contract, little things like that. So we'll see. Scotty, what's up? What are you most confident about with our Raiders this season, and what concerns you the most with our team about this season? Okay, I'm going to do that backwards. I'm going to say what I'm concerned about first, and then I'll say what I'm confident about. Now, what I'm concerned about the most is the offensive line. It's not the defense. Most people would say the defense. I'm not concerned about the defense. I think the defense is going to be better. I think Chandler Jones looks 15 pounds lighter. He's going to come back. He's going to be faster and tenacious. I give him double-digit sacks this year along with Max. So our sacks will go up. Our interceptions are going to go up. Marcus Peters in his play, just in camp thus far, has looked nice. So his footwork, his fitness, he looks ready to go right now. So you love seeing a veteran in camp and preseason, and he already looks at game speed. So that's beautiful. So what I would say my greatest concern is the offensive line and the chemistry between them and Jimmy Garoppolo, because beyond just his health, beyond whether or not Joel Eneminor and all the other guys, start on the line and play well, they have to work together as far as when you call out the protections, finding out who's the mic, setting that offensive line and that play, and within the play clock time. Now, not to be too football, not to be too in the know about football, but remember, guys, one of the biggest problems we had last year and the year before that was getting people in and off, on and off the field in time without getting penalties. And now, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you that woman that needs no introduction, but has one of the best in the business, that red-headed Lady Rage. Woo! The Mama Bear. Ma Bear!
Hello, everybody.
You know what, girl? You look so good, I'm thinking about marrying you. I really am. I'm going to make an honest woman out of you any minute. No, that's just the promise ring. That's the promise one. You got to have like a double-sized double
Where's
diamond.
yours, buddy?
What? It's in the jewelry cleaner.
Oh,
I have it in my jewelry cleaner. No, don't look at my hands.
Wow.
It's in the jewelry
You're trying
cleaner.
to fly solo while you do your show.
No, I'm cleaning
Busted.
it. I'm cleaning it. That's all. All right, busted.
At least you could have your reader ring on.
Wow.
No.
I give up. Okay, Uncle. I'm going to get another Antoine Anthony because he's been great tonight. I hope everything comes to the light and Gruden ends up becoming commissioner of the NFL.
I right, Antoine?
No, Antoine Anthony. If nothing else, he just wants to burn the NFL down to the ground. Now, when you consider that, what I think he really means is he wants Goodell fired. And what that will mean is Goodell will announce his retirement. They won't actually make it look like Gruden won. But you'll hear he retired, and that'll be, look at you picking up my heavy boy. But he'll get the commish fired, and then once he's got the commish fired, they'll settle on some sort of settlement, and it's gonna be Jesus, man. I mean, Gruden's already got a lot of money. Gruden's pretty rich, guys. I can't tell you what the exact number is, but I do know that I've heard more than one reporter that's talked to him say that he's one of those guys that saved his pennies. You know what I mean? Because he didn't know he was going to get a second run with the Raiders, and then once he did, he got that massive deal. He just basically started investing and put it in the bank. So dude's got cash. And now you're going to have the the NFL pay him out too in some suit. Oh God, he's going to be so rich. Because I don't see how he can lose now. Not now that it's kind of pretty much come out that Goodell did this. So. Doc Raider, to double up on Jim's question, Garoppolo got hurt behind the line the Niners had. So how are we going to keep him healthy? Doc Raider, I'll add to that. Not only did they get him hurt, but he got hurt on non-contact injuries. He wasn't even hit twice. 2 of his injuries, he wasn't hit at all. Now, I do want to make a point, though. I did watch some of the highlights of Jimmy when he was with the Niners, and there was a play where he ran to his right, and he was playing against, I think it was the Rams, and that guy Kittles, their tight end, was running a slant across the field. Jimmy was running to his right, and he recognized him. There was a defensive lineman right in Garoppolo's face. And I mean, this guy was huge. It wasn't Aaron Donald, but it was a big guy for the Rams. I'm not sure who it was because I can't remember his number. But Jimmy was inches from this guy literally driving him into the carpet. And he never looked at the defender. He never brought his eyes off the target. He ran to his right, threw the ball while running to his right. He threw it in the air, running to his right. The ball went at least 30, 35 yards in the air. And it was a perfect dime to Kittles. And after he let go of the play, the defensive lineman blasted him. I mean, just drilled him. And he had every right to, because he was well within the 2-step rule that if the quarterback lets go of the ball, if you were after 2 steps, you can't hit it. Well, he was within a blink of an eye. As soon as the ball came out, Jimmy, got rocked backwards. He drove him into the ground. The camera shows Kittles catch the ball and everything. You don't show what happened after that. So they show Kittles. He catches the ball. He runs to the end zone. He spikes it, and maybe 2 seconds goes by. And who runs into the end zone to celebrate with him? Jimmy Garoppolo, smiling in the ear to ear, not injured, not even winded. And I'm telling you guys, this guy spiked him into the grass. I thought for sure. I'm like, no, that has to be one of the plays they're highlighting that he got hurt on. Popped right up, finished the game, played great. So there's hope there. There's hope there. Just which Jimmy Garoppolo are we going to get? Are we going to get the one that led the Niners to a Super Bowl and stayed healthy the entire time? Or are we going to get the guy that got a couple games under his belt, breaks his foot, and a rookie comes in and replaces him, like Aiden O'Connell may do? That would be awesome. I'm sorry. I'm all on board, okay? I'm all on board with the Aiden O'Connell train. Scotty Priest and Marissa Priest says, hi, Raider Bear. I appreciate that, brother. And wow, what a great profile picture. You guys look great. What's up, Carlos? Welcome to the show. Preseason week 3 in Dallas. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Salute to MG. Okay, don't get mad at me, but you have to help me. What's MG? Raider Nation takes over Dallas, starting with a party with the one and only Tim Brown on the 25th. Dope. I didn't know that. Me as well. Kim Calhoun. Right on. Let's see. New Orleans has been invaded by Gruden, his staff. It happens everywhere. Yeah, John, honestly, he's pretty much working for the Saints for nothing from what I've heard. He's been going to their practices, helping with Carr and helping him assimilate the offense and helping them to understand Carr better. I mean, it's been crazy. Gruden and Derek Carr want to have the season of his life. Gruden is pushing Carr to go win the Super Bowl. He felt like he could always win, but with the Saints. so he can thumb it in our eye even harder when he wins one with the Saints. And then Gruden can thumb it in our eye and then take us to court. So the two of them are basically on a on a two-person path to destroying anything that's Las Vegas Raiders. It's sad, but that's where we're at. Jay Jackson, what's up? Welcome to the show. Hello from Arizona. Right on, brother. Navajoon the Go. Hashtag Navajoon the Go. I like that. Wait a minute. Okay, Navajo on the go. Oh, Navajo on the go. Okay. Check it out, Jay. I'm out here in Arizona too. My good friend Daniel Smiley Balderas made this for me. I have officially became a Zonin. I am no longer a Kakalaki from California, born and raised. I get sad every time I say it because I love my California and I miss it, but I'm enjoying Arizona. I'm not going to lie. And I've come in the hottest time in the history of mankind to Arizona, apparently, because the sun has literally been attacking Arizona. It seems like 116, 118, 112. It's like, Jesus. But I really do. I still like it. Mike Tomlin is a better coach than Belichick. If Mike Tomlin had the things Bill Belichick had, he would have won multiple Super Bowls too, I believe. I agree. Put foots at anyone who attempts to tarnish our team's legacy and not live the commitment to excellence. That a boy, Antoine. Kim Calhoun. So how do you feel about the Raiders and the Niners game this Saturday? Kim, I feel fine about it. It's just preseason. Now, I'm not one of those people that acts like preseason means nothing. You know what I mean? So when I say just preseason, I don't mean to devalue the preseason, and I can't stand it when I hear some of these other show hosts say, oh, these preseason games don't mean anything. Really? Do we not want to see our young players and the UDFAs we brought in? Do we not want to find out if they can play? Do we not want to know if the Niners found some, hidden gems and we're going to see them on the field? Plus, when the Denver Broncos play their preseason games, don't we want to see that to see if they've improved legitimately? Have they brought in some real maulers, some just furniture movers on their defensive line? Have they brought in some more sprinters on their offensive, with their wide receiving core? What's going on? See, I want to know those things. I've never understood why people think the preseason doesn't matter. Now, does the score matter? No, but that's about the only thing that doesn't matter. Everything else matters. You run trick plays and gadget plays you've been working on. Sometimes it's just brand new plays that you want to try to see how they'll work. Is your team assimilating that play? In other words, can you run the play against a team successfully? You know what I mean? Because sometimes the play can be brilliant, but if you don't have the timing right, it gets blown up and it looks friggin' horrible and you get your quarterback sacked in 2 seconds. Whereas if the timing is perfect and you motion a guy and you go play action and you turn and you throw to him on a slant and he gets 17 yards, well, now you know that play works. You know what I mean? And you can run it in the regular season, maybe out of different formations, catch teams slipping, et cetera, et cetera. All these things make the preseason important. So don't ever let anyone tell you the preseason isn't important. It is. It was Steven Jackson from the Rams. It wasn't Steven Jackson. It was another guy. The guy, I would remember that name, wouldn't I? Steven Jackson? I don't remember it being a Jackson. Blue Lot 25 will be on the Texas Raider Nation tailgate. Right on. I will make sure I go by and say hi. Blue Lot 11. Right on. Okay, let's see. If starting quarterback sucks and the running back dominates, they should get that kind of money. Example, Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley situation. Antoine Anthony, I think that's different. I just think it's different. I hate to say this, but it's almost like racism almost, but not as far as your color, but where you're from. The New York Giants are considered, more of a flashy, one of the main NFL teams. Obviously, the Raiders are too, but the Raiders are hated by everyone because we've always been the bad guy in the movie. For Christ's sakes, one of our mascots is Darth Vader. A guy who was trying to kill his own kids for years. Luke, I must kill you if you don't join me. Leia, I must kill you. You're my daughter. It doesn't matter. I'm going to kill you. Points to Frankie Sambrano and Breeze Raiders Nation. It was Todd Gurley. That's who it was. It wasn't Steven Jackson. It was Todd Gurley. Maybe Steven Jackson was earlier than that, but for me, it was Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley got all that money, and then both his knees went bad. He couldn't get right. Then when he got right, he couldn't play at the level he used to. And so they were just paying him a ton of money. And I just got really sick and tired of hearing the Rams bemoan and bitch about whether or not they should have had to pay him all that money, and the fact that they lost out on that money, so now it sucks because they paid the running back all this money and blah 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 blah. And I got so sick of it. Ooh, that's so loud. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard for all you do. The energy and love of this show is dedicated to your service, active and veteran. Space Force. Much love. All right, that's my show. Please remember, consider a subscription to R8RBEAR family page. It's just $5 a month and you can cancel at any time. But you won't want to because we're saving lives out there, putting kids in school, etc., etc. And if you're a YouTube watcher, please click and subscribe and hit that little bell so you get notifications. Brent Knight, sorry I didn't see you there, Brent. Much love to you. Appreciate you tuning in. Check me out tomorrow. I'm going to be on again at 4 and again at 8. R8RBEAR family page. Peace. Yes. I've been doing bloopers at the ends of my show, so everyone that's still at the end of my show and still watching for these last few seconds, I try to pay them back by doing something incredibly audacious, sexy, funny,